Hey, what's up, guys? I am Danae, founder, face of Real Love Waits. Wanted to come on, introduce myself, tell you a little bit about who I am. Just basically, a lot of people ask me, how did you make the decision to maintain abstinence? Well, to be honest with you guys, I wasn't always, this way. Um, I've been saved for 8 years now, and prior to being saved, I lived a fast life. A fast lifestyle, very promiscuous lifestyle, huge party goer. I was out every night, all the time, nearly every day of the week. I was out all the time. Always felt like I needed to have someone in my life, meaning a man in my life, to confirm who I was, or to make me feel valuable, to make me feel beautiful, to make me feel pretty, all those things. So I always felt like I needed somebody, very needy at some point in my life. If I broke up with somebody, or, I always had to, felt like I needed to be in a relationship basically. And I got in a relationship really young. I started really young, and being in relationships and things like that, whatever case may be. But when I was 17, 18, I was in a relationship for about 6 years, 6 long years. I was in a relationship with an older guy. He was about 10 years older than me. And, so I was really feeling myself at the time. He was a drug dealer, did the whole thing. So I just thought I was, I just thought, he used to come pick me up from school. We used to drive to New York, and, do all these other things like that. So this relationship was a very toxic relationship, it wasn't healthy at all. It was abusive. It was emotionally abusive, physically abusive. And it was just a lot of things going on back and forth. I did things, he did things. So it was just a lot going on. It wasn't a healthy relationship. And I never really sat down and told anybody about it. I kept a lot to myself, where I think people knew what was going on, but nobody really thought to say anything or to approach me about it, except for like one or two friends or whatever. They said something about it. But me, I was just so caught up in the relationship at this point where, that's what's so important about, when we talk about soul ties. You heard about soul ties. When you lay down with a person, it becomes very difficult to pull away and to pull apart. But anyway, it was just very difficult for me. Even through the cheating, having babies. So I'll talk about those stories later, but, because I don't have enough time for that. But even just going through those, just thinking about that, even just going through those moments in our relationship, like I still stayed around. I didn't, want to leave, and I couldn't understand why it was so hard for me to leave. But now, that I'm mature and, I have Christ in my life and I know who I am, I know my value. It allowed me to heal and to deal with some past issues where I learned why I stayed in those relationships, which I will speak about at a later time. But, even just, just going through those relationships that I stayed in relationships, like they were very unhealthy. So, me and this guy, we broke up. Finally, I think I was like around 24. And, it got to a point where I was just fed up. Still didn't know Christ. Still didn't have received Christ in my life at all. Anything like that. But I remember, so I finally got out of that relationship, but I still kept, partying, drinking, going out, meeting different guys, doing all those things like that. And, so after that, I did meet a guy, who I thought I was going to actually be with for the rest of my life. But that didn't happen. It's a story that I want to be able to sit down and talk to you guys and tell you about why this didn't last long. Unfortunately, he passed away, but I'm going to tell you more about that in my next video, because I want to talk about that. There's a lot of things that happened, a lot of things that went on in between, the breakup with the guy that I told you about, the toxic relationship, and, when I met this new guy. And I'm going to do another video, but I just want to give you a little background, tell you who I am, how I got to this point. There's actually just a lot more that happened. So I'll be back. If you want to hear more, be sure to like this video, comment, send me a message, and I have more coming for you guys. But just wanted to just give you a little background, because a lot of people just think like you just came this way. No, God is real. God used my mess and made it and turned it into a message. And I want to be able to give you the opportunity to help you. If you are that person, if you felt like you need to be in a relationship, or you need to be with somebody to feel valuable or to feel important. I was once there. I know what that's like, and I want to help you get out of that, so that you know your value, know your worth, and that you are truly living a whole life, so that you are truly understand your calling in this time. And you do understand that there's a reason why you're single right now, and you don't need a man or anything to validate your worth or to determine who you are. Your identity is solidified in Christ Jesus alone and nothing else. And it took me a while to discover that and to learn that. And you don't have to, wait any longer. I want to be able to show you that and teach you that. So be sure to tune in for the next video as I tell you more about the guy that I was with after this long 6-year relationship. I'm going to tell you more about that. So a lot of details that I want to share. But thank you guys for listening. Be sure to comment, like, and share this video.